Hey, what's up my friends? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victor and I help people navigate through their awakening process. And today I'm going to discuss how you can go about cleansing or clearing your aura, your inner being, how you can purify it and remove all of the impediments and impurities obscuring that gorgeous divine light that you are. And then also I'm going to discuss a little bit about what you can expect. How do you know it's working? What's the end result? What's the effect I'm going for? I'll talk about that as well because it's not always as you would expect. I will get right into it. The first method I'm going to share is something I did just last night. I used sage as a very popular method of cleansing the energy of a room, and you can even do it with yourself, which is what I did. I'm lazy. I didn't want to light up the sage and have that mess, so I used sage spray. And I'll preface this video with saying a lot of it has to do with just your intentions. It's not just a sage, in my opinion anyway, that is magical in any way, but rather in conjunction with my co-creative abilities, my intentions, for me anyway, it produces a very noticeable effect on my energy. Number two, another real popular method is an Epsom salt bath. I used to use Epsom salt baths all the time, not for cleansing my aura or anything. I used to use them because they would soothe my achy muscles after a hard training session. I was a personal trainer, and I would recommend this to my clients because I would beat them up in the gym real bad, and they'd complain about being sore. And this works very well for that reason, but it's also said the salt, the Epsom salt, is said specifically, at least online from what I've read, the research I've done, it's said to clear your aura, clear your energy and purify you, because I think it's like a magnet for negative energy, and it kind of like takes it out of you. Take that for what you will. It seems to work for me. I feel great afterwards regardless. 3 is a nice little bath, a nature bath. Going in, someone the other day asked me, how can I ground myself? And I know it's kind of unrelated, but what I suggested to them is actually awesome for both grounding your energy, which might be an issue for some of you right now, and then also for purifying your energy. And I told them just to kind of go for a walk in nature, not with your MP3 player or headphones or anything, just literally spend time in nature by yourself without any distractions, no books, no music, no playing with sticks, just literally just being in nature, allowing your aura to spread out. Nature has an amazing power to heal us in many different ways and is useful in many different circumstances. Specifically, what really works for me, and then this kind of came to mind from another person I was talking to yesterday. This guy lives in Hawaii, and he was saying, man, is it good to, he likes to go jump at the ocean, he said. He always feels good and rejuvenated and purified after jumping in the ocean. And I found that to be the case myself as well. Not even just the ocean, but being near water. I found the same effect on me. Not too long ago, I had I was blessed to visit Sedona, Arizona, which is a beautiful place. The whole thing is gorgeous nature, but where we were staying in our campground, it kind of backed up to the Oak Creek Canyon, which is just, again, it's kind of a little bit of a teeny valley with some running water. And I would just go down there with my kids. They'd kind of play in it. And at one point they wanted to swim in it, so I kind of went in the water with them a little bit. And it was cold, but the water was so clean and so pure. And just like my buddy was saying about the dips in the ocean, I felt the same way. I felt like, oh, maybe it's the water, I don't know, but I felt just refreshed, lighter, rejuvenated. I felt amazing. I felt it really did give me a nice cleanse and offered me a nice purification. Number 4 is any kind of physical exertion, somewhat of a challenging bout of exercise. And this I know kind of for a fact, or at least from my own subjective take. I used to be a personal trainer, as I mentioned. I probably already said it in this video. And there was a time actually where it was very easy for me to see people's auras. Take that for what you will. It was shortly after my Kundalini awakening and third eye opening, and I had all this psychic energy kind of like jolting through me. And though I was kind of unbalanced in many ways, I could straight up see people's auras very easily. And what I would notice with every single person, some more than others, but when they would come and train with me, their aura was not very big. It was not very visible to me. But after I got them moving, and then like at like maybe like midway through the workout, their aura was like bright and beautiful and just spread out, and you could just literally see the light emanating out of them. So I saw that. And you could probably also feel the effect. You get the endorphins, you feel good after exercise. And a lot of my clients who are struggling with Kundalini symptoms, that are feeling really like blocked up and a lot of energy pockets and so forth, I try to make them all exercise, because I know it really just helps get the energy moving. But again, it will also clear your aura, clear your energy field as well. Lastly, another really awesome one that you'll really feel. You'll feel it. You'll feel purified, not only in your physical body, but you will feel spiritually purified. And that is a fast, doing a fast. The way I do it, at least what I would recommend it, is somewhat of a lengthier one, not a really long one, but I would recommend going a full day without eating. So you stop eating maybe the evening before your fast, 5 or 6 o'clock, dinner time, whatever. You don't eat after that point, obviously. You don't eat anything during that entire next day. And then the following day, if you can, which you'll probably be able to, contrary to what you might assume, is hold off as long as you can and then eat like a late lunch. So you're getting a good, like 40 or so hours of fasting. And I did this just recently when we came back from our road trip. It was a freaking journey. It was like 2.5 months on the road, abundant with experiences and energies and so forth. So to kind of cap it off, the last day driving home, that we kind of used that as an opportunity to not eat, because it was easy. We were preoccupied, and it would have been challenging to eat anyway. So we did that, and I remember that next day, and I'd done this before, but I felt like $1,000,000. Once you get past the stage where your body's like used to getting food and you're hungry, it becomes very easy. In fact, you feel like exhilarated, just tons of energy. You feel like that your spirit is woken up inside of you, and you just feel so clean and so pure. Your energy feels like it radiates, and it's a beautiful experience. I'll talk more about that maybe another time, because the fasting is so beneficial for many different situations, but I don't want to make this a whole fasting video. Anyway, so what can you expect? So I'll tell you exactly how it went down for me last night. So yesterday I was doing a private Skype session with somebody, and this girl was telling me, I'm hesitant how I want to frame this. Anyway, I'll just freaking straight up say it. I wouldn't recommend reading into this. I didn't, but I benefited from it. Anyway, she was saying that she saw this type of, I forgot what the name of it, but some sort of a hypnotherapist that would regress people to a point where this woman could like communicate with her higher self. Very similar to Dolores Cannon, if you guys have ever heard about her. A very, very similar type of style of hypnosis. But this person in particular specializes in negative or entity removal. She said that, entity removal. I said, huh, entity removal. What do you mean? Do you mean that literally? She said, yes. And she said that she had this freaking like entity that sort of like clung to her, and this woman removed it. She felt like $1,000,000 afterwards. And she explained to me that this woman said that almost everyone she's come in contact with has one. And at first I didn't think much of it, and then I kind of got thinking after I was done talking to her. It just kind of sat with me. I wondered if I have an entity or anything, And I've had that. Again, take this for what you will. I don't care if you don't believe me. This is my subjective experience. I've had hauntings. I've had darker energy cling to me where I really needed this. That's how I kind of came into using sage for the first time. Actually, I went to this guy and explained to him I was being like followed around by negative entities. It seemed like I could see them. They affected me. Anyways, I got to thinking about that, and it started to be like, man, maybe you do. I started to like wonder. And anyway, just to be safe, before I went to bed, I grabbed my sage spray, and I was like, you need to leave. I kind of acted as if there was an entity or whatever, and I like did my sage. I had my intention of like, get the hell out of here, go. You're done. I'm on to you, buddy. And it was really amazing. Nothing like drastic happened initially, but then when I went to lay down and kind of hang out with my wife, and I like to write my notes and so forth at near bedtime, I realized how like I felt my aura cleansed big time. I felt big. I felt like I felt really, really, really light, really, really like high vibrational. There was a very discernible experiential difference in how my body and energy felt, and it felt awesome. But here's kind of the caveat, the reason I said it's maybe not what you would expect. You want to look for that after you perform any of these. Again, it might not be immediate. For me, it wasn't instantly noticeable, but within 5 minutes, there was a huge difference. But this morning, I was talking to some people on the phone, doing some clients real early, and then I realized I was like, oh, like exhausted, just pooped, just like, and I wondered why. I'm like, why are you feeling so tired, dude? And then it dawned me that I did that cleanse the night before, and sometimes it can happen like that. Initially, when you clear up your energy, you feel great. Sometimes like blissful and ecstatic and euphoric. Not always, but you feel just really, really good and connected and big. But because it's almost like your body has been, in a sense, slightly deprived of your potential energy flowing freely, and though it feels really good in the beginning, once it starts flowing, it's like your body has to kind of get used to it. In a sense, that same energy, though positive, it can tire you out. So it's a bit of an adjustment period that can take a span of days when you really do, when you have a lot to clear and then you clear it. So that's kind of my own little subjective experience with the cleansing of the auras. I don't do this very often. I found in the past I used to do it all the time, and I became a real high maintenance spiritual person, someone who couldn't go really out and really wanted to avoid negative energies. I couldn't eat anything that was like, at one point I couldn't even eat solid food that wasn't pure or organic, and that was cool. It had its place. It gave me a nice little spiritual detox, and it had its time. But I became to where it was really like impractical, a very impractical way of going through the rest of my life. And I found that it was just becoming very tedious to constantly, with the saging and the cleansing and the blocking and the shielding. So I prefer to have kind of a balance. Again, it's not all bad in my opinion. I think it does have its place. And I know that there are some intense energies right now, and it's kind of like that road trip. We're on this like journey. We're doing a lot of movement and experiencing a lot of different things and peoples and energies. And I know right now the Ascension energies are really getting in to the masses, and it's kind of purging out. There's this big purge, collective purge going down, where a lot of people's like ego energies are spewing out into the cosmos, and we're walking through them. So from time to time, it might not be a bad idea to bust out one of these techniques, whatever one resonated with you. But again, remember, the most important thing is your intention and your belief. None of these inherently, I believe, have any power. You are the one with the power. You are the magician, and again, you choose whatever one feels right for you. And then look out for those effects I mentioned, the upliftment, the discernible lightening. And then don't be surprised if some of you, not all of you, find yourself a bit fatigued after. That's also a good sign. It means you unleash a lot of your soul essence, your energy, and now it's radiating freely. Anyways, I think that's it, my friends. So I'm gonna bounce. I just want to kind of make you guys aware of some of the different YouTube things I've been doing. So at the end of my videos, you might see there's like little rectangles in some of the corners. Sometimes I'll place what I think would be a relevant video. If you liked a video about clearing your aura, I'll put a video up there or two that I think you will enjoy that are sort of related. Sometimes if I have like an ebook I want to make you guys aware of or something, I'll put them up there in the corner. They're little cards you can click and download an ebook, or I have like a third eye, a free third eye like training course, different things, just kind of make you guys aware of the different buttons and so forth. I never really took the time to explain them. I also might make mention of them on many of my videos, which again, I apologize for you guys who watch me every day and already kind of know, but a lot of people I'm finding aren't aware of like the modern functionality of YouTube, and I just want to make all my resources available to you all. Okay, so I might mention it at the end of some of my videos. You also might notice that I've been uploading more frequently. I know I made a video not too long ago expressing that I was going to stop doing daily videos. And though I'm not going to hold myself to that strict standard, for the most part, now that I'm back and settled in, it just seems to be working out that way, where I'm finding it much more natural and easy to upload a daily video. I also feel it's part of my role at this time. Regardless, it feels right and appropriate. So I changed my mind. I take back what I said to an extent. Anyways, I appreciate you guys sticking with me. As if you've been with me a little while, you know I'm always moving around and changing. I'm not afraid to try out things, and it might be perceived as that this guy's all over the place, and I suppose I am. But anyways, I appreciate the loyalty so many of you show me. You're constantly letting me know it's okay, man, we're here for you, and just your kindness. It really is just a blessing. So thank you very much. Have an amazing day. I will see you all mañana. Peace out. Namaste.